guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ayona for you guys who are new here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys a more cost-efficient way to create your thank you cards, business cards, and whatever of the cards that you send your customers, because sending your customer 3 different cards to me just got way too costly and it's just too many cards. Like, first of all, like, thinking back in the grand scheme of things, somebody sent me 3 different cards from their company. I'm gonna throw them in the trash. Why are you sending me that many cards? Like, girl, just give me my product, right? So I decided I'm gonna create everything on one. So they have this one little card. They're more inclined to keep this one little card than they are these big old cards we be sending them. Like, why do we make our cards so big? Who started that? Anyways, decided to make them super small. I will put the descriptions of the dimensions and everything down in the comment section below. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. Thing is, first we're gonna open up our Cricut design space, and then we're just gonna go to upload our images. And then, all right, so that is the front of my thank you card, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload it as a complex image, and then I'm going to apply and continue. All right, and then so the image name right here, you can leave it as one or you can name it something just so that it's easier to find. So I'm just gonna change it to So Yaya 1, and then we're gonna go ahead and upload it into our design space. And then I'm gonna go back because we need to get the back portion of our card. And then I'm gonna do the same thing and upload it as a complex image. Apply and continue, and then I'm just going to name it So Yaya 2, and then make sure you press the print then cut image and then go ahead and upload it. All right, so you see that we have both of our designs here, so I'm just going to go ahead and click it and then add it to our canvas. All right, so there is our first image. And then we just need to get our second one. So we'll just go down here to upload and then click on the back side of the card, add it to our canvas. All right, and so we have both of our cards here. And so you can see here that it's really hard to see the visual contrast between the white card and the back space to the Cricut design space. So what I'm gonna do is go over here to shapes, and I'm going to grab this gray square, and that's just going to make it more easier for us to be able to see the different dimensions and the contrast of our cards. So I'm just going to do it just like that. All right, so you can see that both of these cards are different sizes, and I already know what the sizing of my cards are going to be, and that's going to be 4x3. But if you don't know what size you want your cards, you can do this, play around with the sizing and just see what's going to be the best fit for your cards. But I know that I want them to be 4x3, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the back side. I'm going to unlock it, and then I'm going to change this to 4x3. And then make sure you lock it after each time, because if you don't, like, once you start getting in here and designing, it will continue to change on you. So make sure that you are locking that sizing in. All right, so I'm gonna actually switch these around just so we're not confused. All right, so we got the front side of the card and then we have the back side of the card. Depending on the sizing of your card, you're probably gonna be able to fit different cards, like maybe 4 to 5 different cards on here. But I already know, because I've done this multiple times, that I can only fit 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste 3 cards all the way down. All right, and we don't need to worry about the alignment or anything yet, because we are going to come back to that. And I'm going to do the same side for the back end of the cards. All right, there we go. So as you can see, the cards are not in alignment. They're not lined vertically or horizontally yet. So that's what we're going to do. So go ahead and click on the first row of your cards. That's the front of the card. And then go ahead and click on the back side of the card at the same time. And you're just going to go up here and you're going to center the card vertically. And you're going to do that all the way down. And how I'm able to click on both cards at the same time is I'm right clicking on the left side of the card and then the front side of the card, and I'm just holding down the command tab at the same time. So I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom row and center it vertically. But as you can tell, they are still very off, so we need to center them horizontally as well. What I'm going to do is click on the front side of the cards, and I'm going to center them horizontally. And I'm going to do the exact same thing for the back side of the cards. Alright, so all of the cards are in alignment, as you can see. So one thing we do need to make sure is that our cards are all the same height, and we need to go up here and make sure that it's at 9.25, and that is because that is the max height that you can print on the print then cut feature in Design Space. So just make sure that it's 9.25 and then make sure you lock it. Alright, so the next step is going to be to group the cards together. So what I'm going to do here is take the front end of the cards and go all the way down, hold down the Command tab and click all of the cards, and what I want to do is group them together, attach them, and then flatten them. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the back of the cards. Group them together, attach, then flatten. And as you can see, they are spaced well and they are all lined up. And don't worry about the spacing right here, because the Cricut's gonna know exactly how to cut it, because remember, you set your dimensions in the beginning. So the next step here is we can go ahead and hide this square because we don't need it anymore. We just need it to be able to visually see the contrast of our cards. We're past that point, so you can go ahead and hide it. And at this point, we're gonna go ahead and print our cards. Step here is I'm going to click here on the front of my cards, and I'm actually let's just do the back side. I mean, that'll be easier, right? And I'm just gonna hide the back side of my cards, and I'm gonna click the front side, and I'm going to go ahead now and make them. So what I'm gonna do is just drag that over to the right side of the paper, just so it can print that way. And then I'm gonna go ahead and send it to my printer. I'm going to take off the bleed, and then I'm going to click the system dialog and then go ahead and print. Your printer may ask you to like change it to cardstock or something like that, but my printer doesn't. It just automatically knows what type of paper I'm putting in it, which I actually love. So I'm just going to go ahead and click print, but I'm going to turn my printer on first. Alright y'all, so I have my printer on, and this is the type of paper that I'm using. This is just cardstock paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to feed that into my printer, and then I'm just going to click print. So what I'm gonna do is, I know people do not tell you this part, so what I'm gonna do is cancel this and cancel the cut, because that is not, we're done with that side. So go ahead and cancel that completely, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and hide the front side, and then I'm gonna unhide the back side. And I don't have to do anything with the alignment. I can just go ahead and click print. And you know how we drag this over to the right side the first time? We don't have to do that this time. So just leave it how it is. And then just gonna press continue, and then you're gonna send it to your printer as you did before. So all you're gonna do is take out your design, and you're gonna make sure you feed it back in through the correct way so that when it prints, they are in alignment. I've done it before where I didn't pay attention and I had a card on the side and then a card on this side, and obviously I can't use that. So let's just go ahead and print. Alright, so there you have it. If you turn it over on this side, the front looks good, and then turn it on the back side, everything looks good. So all we're gonna do now is go ahead and turn on our Cricut. So all you're gonna do is put this here on your gripper, and then I make sure that I have it set to cardstock. You can do light cardstock, but I do the thick cardstock. It's really not that thick, but I just do it anyway because I want to make sure that it cuts all the way through. I click make it.